Hey fishy people, welcome back to the channel. So, I never thought that I'd, be making a video like this. I really haven't publicly, I've publicly talked about it, but I haven't, openly discussed it on a platform of social media for, thousands of people to look at. So, here goes nothing, I guess. So, this is either the best kept secret or the worst kept secret. Not sure which. For those that don't know, October 11th is National Coming Out Day. Well, if you don't know me personally, you're probably saying, well, why is a fish tuber uploading a video on National Coming Out Day talking about, publicly opening, acknowledging things? Well, hi. I'm a gay male fish tuber. So yeah, I upload fish content on the internet to YouTube, help people educate them on fish. I post pictures of my fish and pets on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. I'm a gamer. I just happen to also be gay. Nothing wrong with that, right? Now, being someone that grew up in the 90s, I've been online for years now. So I've been part of several communities on the internet. But I don't know, I just never felt comfortable talking about this online, really, to people that I didn't know until I met the fish tube family and the fish fam on the internet. I've been a part of gaming communities and other communities online, and they just, I don't know, they weren't the same. They didn't feel the same. And since I found, fish tube and certain streamers, KG Tropicals, John and Lisa, wonderful people, become great friends with them. I'm happy I found them. I met Chattanooga Ed, Fish from Fever, Rico Stan, bunch of great people that I just feel comfortable enough that I can make a video like this about it now. But also, I don't know, I haven't talked about it in 10 years since I realized that I was, and maybe I just need to finally get it off my chest and put it out there publicly. But it does help knowing that I have a community that I can openly talk about it with and not have to worry about anything. Though, luckily, I've been lucky. I haven't had any bad experiences. I haven't lost friends over it. I haven't been disowned by my parents, though, as I haven't told them. So if you found my channel, surprise, I guess, though I think you probably already know, because you've asked me about 50 bajillion times, and I just brush it off. Because, I don't know, I didn't really think it was anyone's business, but I figured, now that I know I'm safe in this community, I might as well make the video and just talk about it. So I think, like most other members of the LGBTQ plus community, I'm going to put a plus because there's so many letters and things now that I can't remember the whole thing. I'm sorry, everybody else. So as a member of that, and like most people, I've suffered with some not so good things. I've got severe anxiety, mostly, with public things. So, being in large crowds, large, noisy crowds, being in closed spaces where I can't see outside, I'm not by the door, driving in my car, which I never had before, but thanks genetics, I guess, because my grandfather was like that, my mother's like that, so I guess I just got the lucky draw there. But I recently, if you don't know, went to Aquashella, Chicago, back in August. And it was the first time in about 6 years that I had no anxiety while I was in the car. I don't know if the excitement about meeting all these people that I've been following for over a year on YouTube overrid the anxiety, or if it's because I streamed for part of it. But usually I get really, really anxious driving lately if it's long distance, and I didn't have any of that. And I don't know if it's the community, the excitement, or what it was, but I could just finally feel comfortable enough again that I can be myself, because it's been a while since I've, felt normal, I guess. And doing this stuff, making videos, streaming with Ed on Fridays and Steven on Mondays, and just hanging out in people's streams, I guess I just feel comfortable again. And maybe that's why I don't have anxiety. Also, if it seems a little choppy, that's because I keep having to pause, because I don't know if you can tell from my voice, but I'm getting a little clammed up here, so I keep having to pause and, take some breaths. because I never talked about this publicly before. So let's see. Oh yeah, so no anxiety. So even at Aquashella, you got a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 people in one convention space. You had the tunnel with all the cool psychedelic stuff. Strangers, people I'd never met before. But I felt fine. I didn't have any anxiety. I've always felt weird about filming in public. I went to a fish store, filmed a whole tour, was there for an hour and a half. No anxiety at all. Now, when I go to my gaming conventions, I would be so freaking nervous. I know these people. I'd met them before. I was so scared to go up and talk to them. I'm at the fish store, and in walks John and Lisa, and Primetime Aquatics come in with them, and Fish Tank Barn. And I just walked right up behind Lisa and said, "Hey, Lisa." And she turned around and said, "Oh, hi, Lefty." And we got a big hug. Like, I would have never, ever thought to do that before at any of my other conventions. And it's just something about the Fish fam that you feel safe and welcomed, I guess. Like I said, I haven't yet, I might after this video goes up, but I haven't yet had any bad experiences with anybody. Like, I've never had anyone say anything to me negatively. But again, I've touched on it. Like, if you watch some of my older streams with Ed, you might see him saying certain things about hooking me up with girls and stuff, and me just kind of laughing because we've talked about it before, but some people can forget and then need to be reminded. But I mean, it's fine. You can joke with me. I make jokes about myself all the time. That's another thing. I'm not easily offended by that stuff. Like, you can call me any name in the book. It's not going to offend me. I learned long ago not to let people that bully you or belittle you have any hold over you. So, if you want to say something mean in the comments, go right ahead. Because it ain't going to faze me one bit. It'll probably make me laugh. Because if you're online being bad to people just because they're not your idea of normal, I don't care. You can say it. It's not going to affect me. And as Aggie Cromwell says, since it is close to Halloween, being normal is vastly overrated. And I think I'm finally embracing that now. Anyway, I've gotten off on a tangent. Don't know what happened. Anyway, with the anxiety, there have been times, when I felt a little down in the dumps. Maybe a little too down in the dumps. Maybe to the point of, I don't know, not wanting to be here anymore. And that happened to me after I was, I don't know, berated and dragged out of a community that I thought I was friends with most of the people and good friends with them. And, rumors circulated and things were said, and I went from being, a person that was in 20 streams on the daily moderating for big people to someone that was a pariah, and that wasn't good for me. That was very bad, and I was in a dark place. And then, a few months later, my 30-something-year-old cousin died of an overdose. I had my 22-year-old cousin die when I was in my freshman year of college. I've had a family member die for years since I started high school. Not very good for me. So I've had all this stuff going on. I didn't have those family members that I would have leaned on. My grandfather died. My grandmother got Alzheimer's. And those were the two I would have talked to this about. And I didn't have them. So I was just kind of alone by myself on the internet. And then, I got my job. And I've always loved fish. So that's when I got my fish tanks again. And I started out with my one tank. Did my usual thing with them. Nothing crazy. I did my tetras and my cories. And I was looking, I couldn't remember what I searched. But I somehow stumbled on, Cory Aquarium Co-op on YouTube. So it might have shown up on a sponsored ad or something because, Facebook is like that these days. And I ended up watching, I think it was his sponge filter video or his how to hot wire hang on the backs or could have even been stalking or something. I honestly don't remember. But from there, like I said in another video, I discovered all these other channels. I discovered Fish from Fever, Chattanooga Ed, Rack at River Life, who's now Pond Life, KT Tropicals. And I think once I found KT Tropicals, not that the rest of you aren't amazing people, but once I found KT Tropicals, and I started messaging with Lisa on Instagram, and we became friends just through talking about betas and stuff. And I would show up in their streams every week. And it was just, I don't know, it just felt like home, I guess. And like, yeah, I come home every day, but I don't know, things just haven't felt the same lately here. But back to fish. I found KT Tropicals, and I discovered a love for betta fish that I didn't know I had. So when I discovered the love for betta fish, and I was at PetSmart, picked out a betta, I was like, oh, this guy is cool. Came home, threw him in a 1-gallon tank. I mean, I figured it's better than nothing. It's better than those bowls. And then I started watching John and Lisa's videos on bettas. Tank mate videos, how to take care of them, proper tank size, proper heat, all that good stuff. And then I realized I needed to change how I did things, and I upgraded all my betta tanks to bigger sizes. And even bigger. I've now realized that 5 gallons is probably the smallest. But, it's beside the point. But again, discovered love for betta fish. Lisa and I bonded over that. We would, text back and forth on Instagram. And then eventually she added me on Facebook. And we just became really good friends. And I don't know if it's that friendship or what. But, that kind of brought me off the cliff ledge, so to speak. And just being in all these streams and having people I could talk to about fish. And, no one cared about anything else. And that was great for me. And, I feel like I'm slowly getting back to my old self. At least with fish stuff. I can come out of my shell and be my normal self. I don't have to hide anything. And I don't know. Like, I went to a family function for my aunt's birthday last weekend. And, like, I know all these people. But I just found a seat and sat there and didn't move or talk for half an hour until food came out. Because I don't know. I got anxious there. And I just clammed right up again and went back in my shell. So there's something about having a community of people that you can lean on. And, you feel much better. So, I don't know how these coming out videos usually go. I've watched a couple, like a handful, maybe 2. I think people usually talk about their story. Let's see, I think I was in high school. It was the summer of, so junior year was over. We're going into senior year. That I realized, hey, it might be slightly different. I think then I was like, bi. And not that there's not a real thing. I just air quoted it because it's me and I'm 100% not. And I remember I told 2 of my friends, I just kind of wrote it on a note and was like, here. And they're like, okay, cool, whatever. And I was like, oh, sweet. And like I had met this guy online, we were talking, and he had a girlfriend, and I had a quote-unquote girlfriend. And I don't know, as me and him kept talking more, I think we've kind of simultaneously fell for each other, if you want to call it that. And I just realized that, yeah, no, not bi. 100% a flaming gay man. I can't say the other word that I usually use because YouTube would not like it. But there's another word I usually use. And if you know me, you know what the word is. But yeah, so I was like 16, 17 when I realized, different going on. And I have, a lesbian cousin. So I opened up to her about it. And she was, of course, accepting and was like, if you want to talk about anything, let me know. Let me know about the people you like and what this and that. And that was great. I opened up to another cousin. But only one other cousin, and that was it. I never told anyone else in the family. So again, if you're watching, hi, surprise. But yeah, that was how it went. And then it just, normal stuff happened. Normal life, high school, college, whatever. All that stuff. So, those that don't know, there's something called the Trevor Project. Trevor Project is like a 24/7 crisis support service for people of the LGBTQ plus community. Basically, it helps people if they're feeling, like they're going to jump. It helps them bring it back. So hey, as I was watching this back, I figured I should probably talk a little bit more about the Terror Project. Not really sure if I did it justice when I mentioned it. So, Terror Project is a nonprofit founded in 1998. It focuses on suicide prevention among, the LGBTQ questioning youth. There's a toll-free telephone number, 100% confidential. They have all trained counselors. They're based out in California. So I will put the number on the screen here. So that number is 1-866-488-7386. And again, 100% confidential. So if you feel like you need to talk to somebody and your friends don't understand or family, give them a call. And I know they've helped a lot of people, so I'm sure they can help you too. So I thought, since it's coming out day and I'm making a video, why not give back? So for those that don't know, I have shirts now. I'll put the link in the description. I'll also put the Trevor Project stuff in the description. So from now until the end of October, anybody that purchases any of my stuff on the store, I'm going to give the proceeds to the Trevor Project as a donation. Because I didn't personally use them, but I know they've helped a lot of people. So I just want to give back to them. And yeah, I think I rambled on long enough. But fish in keeping and Fish Fam and Fish Tube definitely, I'm going to use the word saved me in a sense. Because I don't know if I'd be here if it wasn't for them. Anyway, thank you all for sitting here for the last, almost 20 minutes listening to me ramble. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. It will be about fish and fishy stuff. But thank you all for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.